Happy Saturday, everybody. Today we are arriving at Cedar Point to have an adventurous day. There's my friend Becky. There's the beautiful gatekeeper as we're walking in. I love being greeted by the beautiful gatekeeper. She's such a smooth ride. So we are entering into the park for a fun-filled day. And just ahead of me is my good friend Missy, Joe, and my husband's always ahead of all of us. So we're entering into the park as we speak, and now we were trying to decide which ride we want to venture in first. We usually ride this ride, which is the Raptor, but we decided to go on the Gatekeeper first. We love the Gatekeeper. It's a very smooth ride, and it's very exciting and fun. It's a little bit cloudy in the beginning of the day, but as the day goes on, it actually turned out to be a wonderful, beautiful, sunny day, and it got warm. So we rode on the Gatekeeper, and I wanted to show you a video of the Gatekeeper before we got on and rode it, and that way you can see what it does. But this is definitely a fun ride. If you haven't visited Cedar Point, visit Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Definitely if you're a thrill seeker like we are, and we love riding roller coasters. After we got off the Gatekeeper, we ventured to the next ride. Catch the next video on what we ride. This is part 2 of our adventures at Cedar Point. We just got off the Gatekeeper, and I wanted to show a video of Max Air going. Max Air is a really popular, fun ride, but it has been down almost every time we've came all summer long so far. Today was the first full day that we seen it running. We did eventually ride it, but we did not ride this till our last ride of the day before we left the park to go eat dinner. But we did ride this ride, and I thought I would stop and get some video on it so you guys can see what Max Air is like. We carried on to our next adventure. I got some video of the rides along the way, but we are heading to their brand new mouse coaster, and this is the different mouse colors, and they actually named each of the little dinky mouse coasters. These things do not go the same way each time. So what I mean is each time you get on a cart, it could be the cheese, it could be whatever name of the mouse it is, the red, purple, etc. Depending upon the weight and how many people are in there, it determines on how much it spins and how fast it goes. Next stop is we are going to get on this ride. This is Valraven. Most people say if you stand back, it actually spells Ohio, and I believe it does. I've seen it. But this is a fun coaster and very smooth ride. So this is the next ride. Part 3 of our adventure at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. So we're going to continue towards the back of the park. We spent most of our day in the front of the park. It's still a little cloudy, but it ended up turning out to be a sunny, warm day. And we only got a few sprinkles. But we just caught a show on our way heading to the choo-choo train, and we're bypassing some of our favorite rides along the way. That's the Rougarou. We actually just got off of Valraven. Catch the reel on that. And we're heading to the choo-choo train now. So we are actually waiting to get on and board the next one because this one just took off. There's Joe and Missy, and then Becky and my husband are right behind me. So the next train's getting ready to pull in here shortly, and then we're going to board it. Riding the choo-choo train takes you back to the back part of the park. However, you can stay on the train and go all the way back around to this depot. But if you're wanting just to hitch a ride quicker to the back of the park, you can get off at the second depot. So here's our train coming in, and we're getting ready to board it. It does take some time. Some people just stay on and ride it back to the back of the park because they just want to ride it all the way around. The first part of the train is okay. You see Lake Erie and the view of the beautiful lake. Part 4 at our adventures at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. The adventures continue. We made it on the choo-choo train. The first part I had in fast mode because there really wasn't a whole lot to see. Along the way you see Millennium Force to the right. I don't think I caught it in this video, but to my left you see the Lake Erie. But we were coming into the back part of the depot. This is where we wanted to jump off. However, you can stay on the choo-choo train and go through Boneville Actually, we did decide to go through Boneville. This is a little bit of a fast mode as well because there's so much to see. Boneville is all these different skeletons that are animatronic skeletons. You'll see them fishing, music playing. One looks like he's climbing over the fence. There's the fisherman, he caught a fish. It's really fun and it's a cute ride, and there's different displays of these skeletons that do different things. And then you get view of the park as you're coming back to the first depot. So we decided, because it started to sprinkle, to stay on the train. We just got a few sprinkles. By the time we got off at the front of the depot, it quit raining, and then eventually the sun made its way out and it got really hot the rest of the day. That's the Rougarou, and we're getting ready to come into the depot where we boarded the train. We ended up staying on the train and went back to the back part of the park again, and then did get off and then venture at the back part of the Part 5 of our adventures at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. We made it to the back of the park after getting off the choo-choo train, and we decided to go on our next roller coaster, and this is us getting ready to get on our next roller coaster. This is the Maverick. We absolutely love this ride. And my friend Missy was in line getting ready to ride it with us, but at the last minute she decided to back out, that she was a little nervous and it wasn't for her. That's okay. The rest of us got on it. We absolutely love this ride, especially when you stop in the middle of the tunnel. You almost think it's done, and then you start going full speed through the tunnel. And of course we got our pictures afterward. So far it's been a fun, exciting day. We have more rides ahead of us. This is the Maverick getting ready to take off. It goes up onto the track and stops for a minute before it takes off really quick and goes up the hill. It is a fast speed roller coaster throughout the ride, even with the flips and turns. After we got off the ride, we got some video and pictures along the way. That was my friend Becky videotaping Cedar Creek Mine Ride. We did not ride this ride because it is a little bit of a bumpy ride and it kind of hurts your back a little bit. So if you don't mind that, then this ride's for you, but not for us. Part 6 of our continuance at our day at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. This was an amazing ride. This is my best friend Becky and my favorite ride, and we ended up getting our good friend Joe on this as well. This is called the Skyhawk. The beginning's in fast mode because it does take them a while to hook us in and check all the seat belts and all the restraints and everything. We are in seats 1, 2, and 3, so we're in the far left facing out towards the camera. There it goes. It's getting ready to go. We'll watch this ride and see how high this thing goes. Let me know if you would ride this ride. We absolutely love this ride. We feel like we're flying. That's probably why they call it Skyhawk. My friend Joe got a little motion sickness towards the end when we got really extremely high, but he dealt with it and he ended up liking it in the end. But my friend Becky and I ride this all the time. Sometimes we'll ride it like a couple times in the road just because it's at the back of the park, and when we're done we kind of work our way towards the front of the park. But once again, this is Skyhawk, one of our favorite rides, and you go pretty high. We finally was facing out towards the camera because the last time we were at Cedar Point, we were facing backwards, and you can only see us from the back side barely, but we are on the far left. I'm the one, when I get off the ride, my arms are... Part 7, our continuation on our adventure at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. We are still in the back of the park. We just got off this ride, Steel Vengeance, and I got a little bit of it. Then we were started to head to the Gemini. On our way to the Gemini, we decided to stop and take a look and watch these people do this bungee thing. I wanted to do it, but nobody in my group is brave enough to do it, and I asked if I can solo do it, and they said we can't go by ourselves. There it goes. I definitely want to do this. I have to find somebody that will do this with me. Unfortunately, no one in my group is brave enough to do it. My friend Becky almost did it with me. She was contemplating, but it started to get late and we wanted to head to our last few rides before we left the park because we did have to go to dinner. We don't usually eat dinner in the park because we don't want to always constantly eat the unhealthy foods that they have there, just because we're platinum pass holders, so we visit quite frequently, and we have some favorite restaurants in the area that we love to visit. But they are getting ready to take off, so we stood there to watch them, and I definitely want to do this. I can't remember the name of it, but you only flip maybe a couple times. It's really not that bad when you're standing there watching. Maybe next time I can get my best friend Becky to go on it with me. Part 8 of our adventures at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. We are heading to the Gemini. We are getting towards the end of our day because it's getting towards the evening when everybody's hungry and we are wanting to eat dinner, so we're just going to do a few last rides. This is a fun ride. It's called the Gemini. We all ended up on the blue car and we ended up racing against the red car. We were supposed to race each other, but we ended up getting in the same line by accident. So we all rode together, but we raced the red car and we ended up winning. Then we continued on to our journey. We are heading to Snake River Falls Expedition. It's a boat ride. It has a lot of animatronic fun stuff while you're in the water. You sit on this boat and you relax and just enjoy the view. You do have like a guy that kind of talks. He kind of has jokes, although I didn't think his jokes were that funny, but that's just me. But he tried. A few people laughed, but he tried, and they do this little skit. So once you get through, you have to stand on a number, and then when they're ready for you, you go into another room, and they either come out and talk to you. They did change things up. There's the boat we'll be getting on. They changed things up, so it was actually a video today and not a person talking. Part 9, and it's our continuation at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. This is going to be in fast mode because it was a really nice, relaxing, long boat ride. This is Snake River Falls Expedition. As you're touring on this boat, not only you're sitting and relaxing, but you're going out on this river ride, and it has all these cute little animatronic animals like squirrels, bears, and they do different things. One makes pancake, one's doing laundry to my right, and then to my left, here's some more farm animals. They did change some things up, which was a little bit disappointing. There is the beavers. They build a dam and they're making flapjacks. But the skit is a little bit different. Instead of going in a room and having somebody talk about the gold and them stealing the gold, it was just a video, and they added more farm animals and a little less attractions. Here you're coming on like their little fake town. This is where they used to have the gun saloon and all that, but they changed it up and just added farm animals and made noises. There was a few funny things still left on here. Here's some more of that was a real bird there, but some more of the animatronic animals. They have the wolves barking. Like I said, this is in fast mode because there was so much to see while we were on the boat. You did have a tour guide that was talking to us. There's a fake snake. It actually spits water out at you. Part 10 with our continuation at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. We are actually headed towards the front because we were working our way out so we could go to dinner. It's getting late in the evening, but we decided to stop and play a game. That's my husband. He's doing the weight game, and we won our dog Harley a shark, although I think all my dogs like this. I think my dog Sunny likes this even more. We brought it home and he was playing with it. And there's my friend Becky. She's doing her weight as well. She ended up winning also. I forgot what she picked out. I think she picked a multicolored gnome. There's her gnome with a funny looking hat. We really had fun with the games. Then we're just continuing on our way out. We stopped at a few little stores to grab like popcorn and some like chocolates and stuff on our way out. And then my friend Becky and I, we wanted to go on the Millennium Force, but it was under maintenance at the time that we were getting ready to go on it. So we decided to go towards the other rides and just see what we want to ride on the way out. We ended up hopping on these buckets. To my left is the corkscrew. There's my dog's shark. We stopped and grabbed a drink, and I just did some video in the area. The dragster won't be open until next season. They're going to reimagine it. And we just have rumors of what they're reimagining it to. So we took a drink break and continued out front of the park. Part 11 in our continuation on Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. We are tired and we want to head to the front of the park, so we decided that we're going to hop on these fun bucket rides. This actually takes you towards the front of the park, and then you don't have much of a walk when leaving. So there's my husband, my best friend Becky got on with me, and myself. My friend Joe and Missy are in the buckets behind us. Here's the view of our ride. That's the Val Raven, and along the way we were seeing the other buckets pass us, and we were getting some video and pictures while we were up in the air. I thought it'd be cool to get some video and pictures while we were heading out. We decided to leave the park before dark or before it closed because we wanted to get something to eat, and we all just made the decision that we wanted to go somewhere else to eat other than what's in the park, have a sit down dinner and relax. And then we were wanting to catch some fireworks on the way home because this is right before 4th of July that we actually went to Cedar Point. There is the Raptor. We did ride that earlier in the day, and then behind it is another roller coaster favorite. And this is a nice ride. I mean, it turned out to be a really nice sunny warm day, even though it was cloudy in the morning. Now we're coming in and part 12 of our adventures at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. We made it to the front of the park after just getting off the buckets, and my best friend Becky and I decided we were going to have one last ride before ending our evening. This is Max Air. I did get some video on this earlier, but we didn't ride it earlier in the day. So we decided what better way to end our day at Cedar Point but a ride on Max Air before we left to go to dinner. So this is a fun ride. It goes pretty high. Just my friend Becky and I are the bravest ones of the group, and this is one of our all-time favorite rides when we go there. Sometimes we ride it in the morning, but a lot of times we usually wait and ride it in the evening. I don't know why we wait till the evening. It's just something we do to end our evening before we leave for the night. A lot of times it's down when we first get there, or it's not open because we have early entry with our platinum passes. So that's why a lot of times we skip over it and just catch it on our way out. But it was really fun, and it does go pretty high. It doesn't flip over, but it does get pretty close. But we really enjoyed our ride and our day at Cedar Point. My husband was the one videotaping us on there. I'm in the blue. I had my arms up. I don't know if you could tell because it goes pretty fast. But this is Max Air, and this is in the front of the park over by Gatekeeper. Check it out next time you're at Cedar Point. It's a fun ride. This is part 13 of our adventures at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. There's Gatekeeper. You see us walking out. It's in fast mode because we are ending the night and we are all hungry, and we're headed to dinner at the Thirsty Pony. Never been here before, but I heard it was really good food, so we're entering into the Thirsty Pony. We only had maybe about a 10-minute wait, so we decided, hey, why not play Zoltar? I found a Zoltar machine, so anytime I see Zoltar, I just want to play it. It's pretty fun, and it was something to do while we were waiting for dinner. We were all tired from our big day at Cedar Point and hungry at this point, so we couldn't wait to sit down and relax. There's Zoltar. My friend Missy ended up playing as well. Here is us sitting at the table. Look at the fun, cute cups that they give out. It is really funny. I ended up getting a nice big salad with ranch dressing and a Philly cheesesteak, no bun. My husband got some kind of breakfast burger that comes with coleslaw. I gave him my pasta salad because I can't have that. Becky got pizza, and my friend got a taco salad. My friend Missy and Joe got a burger. His was some kind of burger I can't remember. And here you see us watching fireworks. We ended up stopping in Streetsboro, Ohio, and we were able to see some fireworks on our way home. This was the Saturday before the 4th of July, so this was a very cool ending to our night by watching all the fireworks.